Buongiorno! Today I'm cooking gnocchi di patate, potato dumplings with butter and sage sauce. And I'm cooking for my Italian girlfriends. They're waiting here for me. Gnocchi in Italy is a bit like French fries in the rest of the world. Everybody loves them. That's why I'm making them today. The ingredients that we need for gnocchi are 1.5 kilos of potatoes, a pinch of salt, 300 grams of plain flour, 1 egg, some butter and some fresh sage for the sauce. I've cooked the potatoes with their jackets so that they don't absorb too much water. That's very important. I peel the potatoes when they're still hot because that makes it easier. Ouch, it's really hot. And sticky. Once I've peeled all the potatoes, I'm gonna mash them. And that is gonna happen with this, an old potato ricer from my mom. She's made lots of gnocchi with this one. Very old and still working very fine. So I'll mash the potatoes like this. It's easy, isn't it? Just like this. You squeeze them and they're perfectly mashed. Once we've mashed all the potatoes, like this, I'm going to add 300 grams of flour, plain flour, through a sieve so that we avoid lumps in our gnocchi. I'm going to add the flour like this, little by little, until I've finished all the flour. Add some flour and mix little by little. Okay, now I add an egg and a pinch of salt. And then I start mixing again. Now that all the flour is together with the potatoes, I'm gonna mix it further on the working top because it's a bit thick, so it's easier to do it with my hands on the table. Like this. And first of all, I'm gonna remove my ring because it's not very nice to work. Okay, now I'm mixing it just a little bit, not too much, otherwise it's gonna become all sticky like glue, and that's not what we want. We want a very, very soft dough for the gnocchi. Now I take a little piece of this dough, some flour on the working top first, and then I roll it. I'm gonna make it a bit shorter to make it easier. Okay, this is the right thickness, and then I cut the gnocchi about 2 centimeters each. Now I'm ready to give the right shape to the gnocchi, and that is done with this little instrument here. It's called the riga gnocchi in Italian, and I'll show you how to use it. It works like this. You roll it, and you get a hole here and a little rib on the back. If you don't have the riga gnocchi, you can always use a fork, like this. Or even a cheese grater. You get another type of pattern, but it's very nice. Once you've prepared some gnocchi, you can put them on a towel, like this, so that they don't stick to the surface. And they're ready to be cooked. And now the gnocchi are ready to be cooked in boiling water, with salt, of course. The water for the gnocchi is already boiling. Now we prepare the sauce with butter in a little pan. We'll turn on the flame, and after the butter is melted, we'll put inside the sage, fresh sage. I'll add some salt into the water, boiling water. A handful, Italian way. Now we can put the sage in the melted butter. And we'll leave it there for a couple of minutes. And then we can cook the gnocchi. Now we can plunge the gnocchi into the water and they will be ready once they rise to the surface. So that will happen in just a minute or two. Stir them a bit, and I'll cook them in batches, not all together, otherwise they'll stick together. Look, now they've risen to the surface and we can fish them out, like this. I'm gonna put them all in a bowl and pour some hot butter and sage on top of them, and that's it actually. They're ready to be eaten with some Parmesan cheese. Now I'll pour some butter on top of them and I'll cook the rest, and I'll do this until they're ready, all ready.